He's so dumb.
I hope he listens to this in jail.
Sometimes, yeah, right. He gets 23 hours in lockdown, and his 1 hour he's going to listen to our fucking podcast.
Of course he will. Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
No, he's an idiot.
Sometimes we always tend to like attribute some like intelligence to people who commit these atrocities.
Yeah.
Like we're like, oh, and then what was he thinking? Like we kind of try to crawl into their brain, and like this guy was just dumb as fuck. Like he killed his 2 kids and his wife to go live with this other lady. What do you think's going to happen? People are going to be looking for your wife and kids for years, like years.
Yes.
Your
Not
life,
just for a week.
No, your life is, he thought it was going to die down in 2 days.
Yeah.
Like, Shanann, well.
I can't find her. Look, I got a new hot girlfriend.
Well. Let us know if you get any leads. We're going to Hawaii.
Footloose and kid free.
Oh, my God. We're going to one of those places that doesn't allow kids, seeing as I don't have none no more.
Oh, my God. And then they play this song where the little kid's like, Daddy is my hero. I'm like, please don't play this shit. This is so awful.
My God.
He doesn't deserve that. Oh, my God.
Oh, he's such a fucking
Like,
idiot.
even after that, he decides to kill his children.
What a
He's just an idiot. He really is an idiot. Like,
and then the
literally.
pen pal thing where the lady says like, "Oh, he."
Is that in the documentary?
I don't think it's in the documentary, but I like watched some shit after.
There are women out there that like are attracted to murderers.
He has 900 more women that want him fuck him than I do.
That's true. Probably. I mean, I don't know.
And his number's 900. That's the trick. It's been 900 chicks want to bang Chris Watts. Isn't that crazy?
That's insane. Ugh. And he's
not
even that attractive. Even when he lost the weight, he had a big fucking head. He looked dumb. Dumb.
Yeah, he like was all of a sudden. I mean, the first time in his life, he's got girls that are looking back in his direction.
Yeah.
Like that's what fat guys know. Like whenever women pretend to not be as shallow as men, I laugh because like every guy knows if you're 280 pounds and you're fat, no woman ever returns eye contact. But if you lose 70 pounds, all of a sudden you're like, hey, fucking my hit rate is way up on girls looking at me. I'm not saying every girl, but I'm saying like
some.
I'm saying like you go from 0 girls looking at you to 1 out of 100 smiles back. I
don't know about anybody about guys that have lost a lot of weight, but when I lost a lot of weight, the first time I lost a lot of weight, whenever people hit on me, I thought I was just like, what? Like I still thought it was like, because when I was really big, I would like be at the bar, and if any guy talked to me, I'm like, okay, where's the hidden camera? Am I a bet? Is this like She's All That? Like, no, I'm not Rachel Lee Cook here.
No, you're just not fat anymore.
Yeah, no, but even when I was fat, that was always my thing. Whenever a guy talked to me, if I was at a bar, I'd be like, oh, no, this is like a prank or something. This isn't real. And then even after, when guys would talk to me, I'm like, oh, this isn't a prank. This isn't even, and I had like zero standards. Like zero standards. Like, because I was just like, men are attracted to me.
Wow.
So some of the guys that I was hooking up with, oh my God. Like you talk to Jana. I had a fuck buddy and she was like, he's disgusting. What are you doing? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, well, I don't know. He likes me.
She would tell you straight up when he left.
All of my friends would tell me he was disgusting. And he treated me like shit as well. Like he treated me like absolute garbage. And I was just like, whatever. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like,
I admire that guy's courage. To be like, I'm a very unattractive man, and I operate like a bad boy.
Yeah. He's a bad... And his name was Daryl.
Ugly bad boys don't go anywhere in life.
No, they don't go
anywhere. If you're
anywhere.
like an ugly guy who's like, hey, bitch, get over here. You know, like, what did you just say to me, you fucking troll?
Rich, ugly guys, though.
Yeah, but you have to know he has money, so he's got to be near his car.
Yeah, he's got to be in a Tesla or something.
He's got to be near his vehicle.
If he's an ugly guy in a Tesla, he's getting laid.
That's why any ugly guy with a great car goes everywhere with that car.
Oh, yeah, doesn't leave that car.
If they go to the park, they're like, I'm going to drive it up by the beach.
I'm going to drive.
Sir, you can't park that here. I need to park this here.
I've
you have no
idea
how much pussy I'll get if I can park this.
Nobody can tell this is a real Rolex from far away.
Sir, how are you going to get that off of the sand? You know, like, look, I took a risk. I brought the Porsche onto the beach, and it's turned out quite nicely. Then you're the fat guy leaned up against the Porsche SUV.
You always see like big guys though that still get stuff. I don't know, like, and I remember watching. It must have been Young and the Restless. Was it Young and the Restless where there was like a larger lady and she was with a total like soap opera hunk, and I always was like, That's so cool, but how?
You know,
does she do that? Like, because I couldn't do that. I think I told this last week. I had sex with a guy who was a literal lumberjack. It looked like a lumberjack. Too attractive for me that I thought, and it was the most uncomfortable sex ever because I felt like we got to be in the dark. I don't need you to see anything. Like,
and now I can't see him. Yeah,
you're only attracted to me because you thought I was funny.
I want you to wear these goggles. Yeah, so he can't see you, but you can see all his.
Please wear a blindfold. You're into blindfolds? I'm like, yep, I'm into blindfolds.
Blindfold yourself. You know what actually would be a great show, and I don't know if this would ever take off, but a soap opera about old people. Where it's like in a locked unit old folks home, so but all that
like
music,
a serious Golden Girls, like a drama. Oh my God!
Where like you have like she might not have much time left.
Well, you know what? There's
doctors, but the doctors are just dealing. Like, is there one of those already?
Coronation Street. Coronation Street is an old people soap opera.
But I think we could make one that's like a mock style, where all these old people are walking around, and there's all this drama happening between them. Like, when did you and Frederick come home from Hawaii? Dude? And the dramatic music's playing, and people are making love.
And some people would die every day.
They're dying every day. So there's like, I don't know. Like, she said you can go in there, but she doesn't have a lot of time left.
And then there's a new person every day.
Yeah, new nurses. It'd be good. It'd be a good show. It'd be kind of like a super
Knots
serious
Landing of nursing homes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The old and
long-term care center. Yeah, that's a good name for it.
Just be like the old and the brainless. Or
the
something.
Old and the brainless. The old and the dementia.
Where are my shoes? Another cliffhanger on the old and the brainless.
Dorothy couldn't find
That's
her
a
shoes.
picture of me and my brother. You say that every day, Francine. Boo. Close up of Francine's disappointed face. Why do you always have to call me out on how many times I say this picture's nice? Just old person drama.
Old person drama.
Oh, great. Now she's at the bingo. You know what I mean? Like, you get a bingo. You could have some fucking serious bingo drama. And all these chicks are all done up.
You could have old people physical fights.
All you'd have to do, just take a storyline and some scripts from like an old fucking 1993 Santa Barbara season.
Yeah.
And then just do the exact same Santa Barbara season, but just with old people at a locked unit. You know what I mean? It'd be a good show.
I had a Joe Biden sex dream last night.
Whoa.
I woke up and I was like, did I just like dream that I made out with Joe Biden? And I did.
Did he walk up from behind you?
He was old. Smell? Yes, he was kind of, at first he was very nice. And then like he got really like suave. Yeah, and I was like, Joe Biden.
Oh yeah. When old Joey B gets hot.
I would have been horrified if it had been a Trump sex dream. That would be disgusting.
With COVID? Like a COVID Trump sex dream? Because he has COVID now.
Oh, I know he's got COVID now.
You know what would be funny? Here's what I was thinking. I think this would be really funny is because liberals need more conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Liberals don't have enough of them. It's
are you sure?
So here's my liberal conservative, this is my liberal conspiracy theory for Trump.
Okay.
Like if Trump dies of COVID, immediately Barack Obama demands to see his long-form death certificate. Right? And then Obama claims that he thinks that he didn't die in America. And that would mean that he was never president. And that then
to die in America to be president?
No, but I'm just saying we would float all this stuff out there. Yeah. So we have to get a hold of Obama and demand that long-form death certificate. The American people deserve to know whether their president died in America or not. You know? And then we just say that he died in a Russian hospital surrounded by oligarchs that he owed money to.
This is my theory.
That's my conspiracy theory. Well, and we should start floating it right now because I think Obama might be interested in this.
We better call him. You've got him in your phone, don't you?
I think so. I think I have him in there. This is what I think
has happened. I think that Trump is dead. And that they have replaced him with a bot. I think he's a robot now.
Really?
That's why he was labored breathing. The robot was having trouble.
Labored breathing.
Did you see that video of him?
That's the only labor he's ever done in his fucking life. Is breathing after stairs. I kind of like. There's something about Trump that's fun.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Of course there is.
Like, we have to admit that. There's something about him that's fun.
Fun.
Oh, yeah, because you're white and you can laugh at it.
Yeah,
but
if
I
there
mean,
wasn't something fun, someone would have killed him.
I think
by
if
now.
you're black, you can laugh at Trump. You know what I mean?
Of
I don't
course.
think you need to be white to think Trump is kind of like when he triumphantly removes his mask.
Oh, I know.
Like he comes back and he goes on the balcony and then he goes ta-da, like is it
But
like
then he's like
revealing it. Like why did you just reveal your hideous mouth? Yeah, and he's on like fucking octopus tranquilizers or something. You know what I mean?
this
Like
is
what
the thing,
drugs? What does he
too.
put on? Like octopus ink?
He's put on a lot of steroids and other sort of therapy to get. So Paul Stanley from Kiss, I saw this tweet the other day because he's making all these policy decisions right now. Like he's doing things. He opened up some file to like prove that Hillary set this up, the whole Russian thing up.
I'm surprised he doesn't call her Hillary.
Hillary, yeah, he's not that smart though, Sean. He's not.
I think
that
he
smart.
would. Somebody could just tweet it at him. Call her Hillary,
and then he will. But
Hillary
Paul
Clinton.
Stanley said that like he's like
Paul
I
Stanley
have from Kiss. He's credible.
I know he's legit.
He was the Phantom of the Opera for a while.
Okay.
But so anyway, so he said he's had therapy like that, and it makes you like very like lucid and like you're not thinking straight. And it's like, why are they letting him do anything right now? Just let Pence be the vice president. That's what his job is. When the president can't do his job, the vice president does the job. So just fucking put him there. But this is like insane that like he's making all these decisions while he is like fucked up on drugs.
He's always been like George Bush too, right? Where like
but George Bush was dumb. Well,
George Bush was dumb and Trump was dumb, but George Bush didn't make decisions. George Bush
Cheney
did interviews, you know, like Cheney and like Wolfowitz and those guys, like they made the call.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. He was a puppet.
This I think the same thing is true now, where like he can come out and say shit, and make these dumb pronouncements, and they're like,
I don't
okay,
think Trump is anyone's puppet. That's the difference between Trump and George Bush. Is like George Bush was just like the face so that the evil people behind could make him do stuff. Trump, I think he'll listen to people, and if he likes it, he'll do it. But if he doesn't like, he's like, no, I'll do it my way. I don't think he listens to people. I don't think he has people telling him what to do. I think
they either just like, yeah, we'll get right to that, and then they don't. Like if it's dumb, they just don't do it.
Were you disappointed that none of his children got it? I was. I wanted Ivanka to get it so bad.
Oh, Ivanka, that'd be, and then she'd be like, I had mild symptoms. She'd be one of those mild symptoms bitches.
Yeah. And did you hear those like tapes from Melania talking about fucking Christmas decorations? And I gotta think about these fucking children. Oh, my life. It made me hate her. As soon as and it also made me realize why she never speaks. Because they don't want it to sound like a person with a foreign accent is in the White House. I'm like, why does Melania never say anything?
Well, I just think
of course it is. Because they're so anti-immigration. You think they want somebody with a thick accent to be like, oh,
stay out of our fucking country.
Yes, exactly.
Go back where you belong. I'm sorry, what did you say? I want these immigrants to leave us alone.
Isn't it fucked up?
You don't belong in America.
Yeah, she had the tape. Like, this is why election in America is good. This is everything comes out. In the next few weeks, we're going to hear some great stories. Because you do realize that they said that he didn't pay taxes last week. And people have already forgotten about that. They've already moved on to new shit.
That's what I mean about Trump being fun. It's a new crazy story. Just the fact that he got coronavirus. I mean, think of the fucking, like, it's hilarious.
It is hilarious.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
I mean, you could not make a movie where the president did this in 4 years and have people would leave the theaters like, yeah, it was kind of dumb because, like, you know, Will Ferrell, like Will Ferrell was just like, it was so dumb.
That's
like,
unrealistic.
You know, like if they just had Will Ferrell play a crazy president and all this happened, you'd be like, I don't know,
That would
it was
never
all
happen.
right.
Yeah.
It was okay.
It was a bit over the top.
Yeah, it was just too much.
Now
even for Ferrell, it was too much.
It was too much.
Like this, Will Ferrell couldn't pull this off in a movie where like he talks about COVID being a bunch of bullshit and don't take it seriously, and then wait a sec, I have it. Like you know, you'd be like, okay, yeah, convenient fucking ending to this shitty movie.
Yeah, it's true.
He gets the COVID, and then does he die or not? No, of course he doesn't die. He takes his mask off triumphantly, as if he's a fucking warrior. You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? You're not a warrior. You haven't defeated anything. You fucking pussy.
You have bone spurs.
Done nothing. You just lived through a disease. Like. You know, I mean, even
with
like
the help of a lot of extra medication that regular people don't have access to. And that's the other thing is like, if he beats this, people like, of course he's going to beat it. They're giving him every drug they possibly can to keep him alive. not the person that has no money that gets COVID. They don't give a shit.
And they've been talking about how this is just like the flu for what, 6 months?
Yeah.
But then when you defeat the disease, there's a celebration.
Yeah.
Why? Do you celebrate when you beat the flu?
No.
Like, when's the last time you fucking like
Yeah, so it's very good point.
Yeah, like when's the last time
really
you
the flu, is
survived
it?
the flu
Yeah.
and then you were like, I did it. Don't be afraid of the flu, everybody. Don't let fear of the flu. Don't let fear of the flu ruin your life. Wait a minute. Nobody's fucking scared of the flu. So whenever I hear people talk about like it's just like the flu, well, I don't fucking think so. Because when people live through it,
it's
they
convenient.
high five.
When it's convenient, it's just the flu. But when it's not, it's COVID and it was dangerous.
It's a deadly
and we beat
disease,
it.
and I beat it. Can you believe I did it? Da da da.
Do you know
he's up there? Fuck, I'll never forget that image. Like I thought, like this is what I mean about him being fun. When he held that Bible up,
that was crazy.
You thought this is going to
Nothing's gonna be better.
the lasting image. Nothing could top this.
Yeah.
And then here we are, not much longer. He's removing a mask triumphantly after beating a disease that he's claimed for months is not a big deal.
What do you think he could hold in the air? What do you think he could hold in the air that would beat that? What do you think he could hold in the air that would beat a mask? Like a dildo
God.
or something?
It would have to be like a jar of semen he dumps on his head. That's the only thing that would top it. Was that a Slurpee? No, it was human cum.
It was my cum.
This
I've been
is
saving it for 48
this is the
years.
semen of Democrats. Ah! What a fucking... I mean, he's just a lunatic.
It's literally lunacy down there right now. And
he's
it's
he's had it for fucking ever. Guaranteed. There's no... Because, they
yeah.
talk about how the worst symptoms usually come after 8 or 9 days.
Yeah.
He took a turn that was enough to take steroids, be hospitalized.
Yeah.
That was 8 or 9 days. That wasn't
hours.
like... But
Yeah.
we found out like a day before that he had it.
Oh,
and so he presented...
And he's been spreading it around.
Yeah, so if you're Trump, you're like, I got this. Think about how badly Trump, like, fucking.
When he woke up with a tickle in his throat.
And Melania's like from the fucking her quarters.
Are you okay?
He's like, everything wrong, everything okay, Donald. And he's like, oh, fine, fine.
Just a morning tickle. Just a morning tickle.
Are you sure you don't? Get the test.
You don't have COVID?
Oh, fucking, she wants him deader than a doornail.
Oh, yeah,
for
she
sure.
does.
There's no funeral she'd rather attend than that of her husband.
After listening to her talk, she sounds like an awful person. Like, I know she was angry in
She's
that
a rich
conversation,
loser.
but she
Like,
is a
yeah,
rich.
she's
But she
just a
does
bitch.
sound like she would treat her staff like shit. She sounds like she's just an awful person as well. And everybody gives her the benefit of the doubt. Like,
She dug up the rose garden.
But
Like
she
Jackie
dug up the-
Onassis
yes.
like fucking planted these roses.
And
It's
she
sort of an
dug it up.
American tradition.
I can't
Democrat or
believe the Republicans are okay with a foreign person coming in
Foreign
and
woman.
digging up American
digging
history.
up our American flowers.
Really? It's crazy.
Just whatever. Basically, all it comes down to is politicians of both stripes, but especially
Yes, yeah, yeah.
conservatives tend to be like, if I can't say anything about Trump or Trump's wife,
Yeah.
because I will lose voters and I will no longer be an elected official.
Yeah.
Period. So it's really just a calculation of like, holy fuck, she dug up the rose garden. Like, so they have tons of private conversations where they talk about how much they hate Trump and his wife
Yeah.
is a lunatic and like,
Yeah.
but they can't say anything publicly because then their political life is over.
Yeah.
Which is insane to think that you are in a party where this crazy person represents so many people. Like, wouldn't you think, like, it's almost like if you were a comedian and you were like doing stand-up comedy and then you were like, you did a meet and greet and then every one of your fans was like, hey, I hate Jews too. I love you because you hate Jews.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, ha ha ha.
What?
And then the next guy like, fucking, can you sign it? But can you put like a swastika near the,
Yeah.
You'd be like, how okay. But after a while you'd be like, what? Why are my fans like
Crazy.
Maybe I'm fucked up.
I'm probably
Maybe my
sending
views
the wrong
are fucked
message.
up. Yeah. So at some point you'd think that these Republicans in the Senate would be like, why is it that the craziest human being on earth
Yeah.
has this following? And why are we on the same team?
That's why I think he's now a robot that the Republicans, they killed him and put him a robot.
He's
in
a great
place.
robot then.
He's a good robot. Robot Trump's only been around for a couple
Mask
of
removal.
days. Let's not get all.
Mask removal.
But this is the other fun part of this whole story. You know about Claudia Conway?
Oh yeah.
Kellyanne
She's-
Conway's
yeah,
daughter.
Yeah.
So she's like 15 and she's on TikTok and she's like hilarious on TikTok, and she's very liberal, and she hates her mother. Like, she tapes her mother, and her mother's like, "Are you taping me again?" Like,
well, because she hates Trump, right?
She
and her mom
hates
is like,
Trump.
"He's pretty good," and so
No.
she's like, "Are you fucking crazy?" And her dad is,
It's hilarious. It's just like all this shit. This is like a literal sitcom. This is like America right now has turned into a sitcom, like The Big Bang Theory, but the White House version. That is what it is right now, because it's not even like sad anymore. It's getting to be the funny part. Because you know when something like Andrew Iwanek once had that joke where he dumps stuff out and he counts it out. And he does the whole jar of like 220 Skittles. And the way that joke is amazing is that like it starts like people are laughing because they can't believe he's going to count out 220 Skittles. And then he hits 60 and he's like, is he actually going to count out 220 Skittles? And then it kind of dies in the middle. Well, but then it gets to a point where it's like, oh, now he's at 184 and it gets funny again.
It does.
And this is what's happening in America right now.
Wave.
The second wave of funny is happening in America.
The second
comedy wave.
Thank God. Because
it's
was getting, like the first wave,
getting depressing.
It was getting sad. It was
sad
getting depressing. It was all kids in cages and stuff.
Yeah.
But this part is all like, he could die of a disease.
Yeah.
That's kind of
and a 15-year-old could take him down.
Like a kid on TikTok. And then I thought I said to ban TikTok.
Yeah, I thought he was going to ban TikTok, but it's still around.
That's what I mean. Like, he says a bunch of things and then they don't happen. That's really the story of his presidency, is like he says a bunch of things and then nothing really happens.
I want to know what the sitcom music theme would be for this country.
Oh my God. I mean,
you just keep seeing like everybody jump out of doors and wave.
Just watching. Remember the way he would, when I watched the way he was breathing in those debates against, like, people look back on debates like look back on like Jack Kennedy and what the fuck is his name? What I always forget his name. No, he's like I'm not a crook guy.
Oh, Richard Nixon.
Yeah, Richard Nixon. Richard Nixon was sweating in the first televised debate, and they feel like he lost the election because he was sweating profusely.
Yeah.
When I watched Donald Trump breathing against,
go back and
remember
watch
him
clips.
breathing against Hillary? He would breathe just through his nose, like
Hillary.
Yeah, he was just breathe, and it was just like
maybe he had COVID back then.
Maybe.
I bet you Trump is patient zero. I bet you he's had COVID this whole fucking time.
He was breathing. I'm gonna look it up because it's like Hillary Clinton. I'm just gonna put Trump breathing, and then
there's gonna be a lot of shit coming up now.
Yeah, Trump
is Trump. So I literally check my Twitter every hour to see if
is Trump
he's
breathing.
Dead yet.
Yeah.
I honestly do, because I think like it's a big. I think he is actually quite ill, and they're trying to cover it up as
Donald
hard
Trump
as they can.
gasping for air, and then he reshot his entrance into the White House or whatever. Like, he reshot it. They were like, "No, the lighting is bad." Like, infected Trump seen gasping from White House balcony. So if he's only 3 days in, if he's telling the truth, and he's only like 3 or 4 days in at this point, things are very likely going to take another turn for the worse for him.
Yeah.
Because if those are the symptoms he was having on day 1 or day 2, then his symptoms on day 9, day 10 are going to be really bad.
Yeah. This is the weirdest
Trump
thing that's trending right now. I just saw Trump campaign says it's saving VP debate ticket for Tupac Shakur in dig at Kamala Harris. An advisor for the president's re-election campaign said at the end of a press call on Wednesday they have reserved a seat at the vice presidential debate between Vice President Mike Pence and Senator Kamala Harris in Salt Lake City, Utah, for the late rapper Tupac Shakur. During a recent interview, Harris mistakenly referred to Shakur, who died in 1996, as her favorite living rapper. But why would you? That sounds so makes them sound dumber. We're gonna save it for him. Haha. We're digging. Now this is a roast. Is this now the Comedy Central roast of America? Like, what is happening right now?
And we're all on the dais.
Oh God, yeah, we are. Good Lord.
Donald Trump clearly in distress with breathing.
Okay, well, wait. If you look for your thing, but this is a totally different topic. But have you seen the ocean spray guy that like drinks ocean spray and listens to Fleetwood Mac?
No.
You've never seen that video?
No.
It was a viral TikTok video. He's just like basically skateboarding along to that Fleetwood Mac song.
And he drinks ocean spray.
And he's got a big ball of ocean spray and he's drinking it. And then he starts singing one of the lyrics. I don't know if you can find that. I'm sure you can find it. It's very easy. But Ocean Spray just gave him a bunch of shit.
Really?
And also...
Really?
What? They gave him a truck. That's right. But also Fleetwood Mac was like, dude, thank you. Because now that song is popular amongst young children who didn't even know who we were. And now all of a sudden it's fucking crazy what TikTok is doing. Like it's awful in some ways. And then it's kind of good in some ways. Because there's a lot of people that are like, this guy probably had nothing or not a lot. And he made one 30-second video that people just loved. And it was fun. And it was like uplifting. And it was cool, and he now has a truck, and he's now famous. Like, even if it's just for 15 minutes.
Imagine working in the tech industry for the government of China, where like every time one of these new things comes out, you have to figure out your version of it and how, you know what I mean? Like,
because they make it.
Yeah, like, oh well, we have to make it Chinese, and so nobody can share anything that you know is bad. Oh, cool.
It looks cool.
He just takes a huge hit of ocean spray and then dabs his lips.
It's cute. It's good.
It is.
And then like Jagmeet Singh did it. And all these like conservatives are like, look at this is a serious time, and he's just skating around drinking cocktail juice. And it was like, actually, he's drinking a Ziva soda.
Well, and the coolest name for a man ever is Jagmeet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Jaguar and Dick Meat together.
Oh, God, yeah.
You just sound like a real hot guy. I'm dating a man named Jagmeet.
Oh, sounds fun.
That sounds interesting. What color is he?
I just like, I think that TikTok is, I think Donald Trump is right. TikTok will take down a lot of the rich. Like, I don't know. It's been kind of crazy. Like, even because it really boomed at the beginning of quarantine. Like, that's when everybody got on it because there's nothing else to do. I have a friend that literally got TikTok famous. Really? And she gets stuff sent to her, like, because she does fashion. She gets shit sent to her. She gets free stuff now. And, like, I mean, it's not like she's making a ton of money off it, but it kind of is working. So it's just this, like, weird thing.
What did you do any comedy this weekend?
I did a live taping at the Grindstone Comedy Theater for a label that I don't know the name of yet.
Yeah, you do.
Billy James.
Billy James. That's
Billy.
Cool.
He's not my lover. He's just the guy that says that I'm the one.
Billy James. I like Billy James.
Okay, I get it. Did you think of the Billie Jean reference? But now you did.
No.
But I do like Billy James. That's a very good...
He's like, no, I'm not 40. No, it doesn't have to be that for everybody. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Old people do that to us too. Like my dad does that to me. Like, oh, that's like, he'll start singing a song like, hey, Francine, oh, the bat in your window. And I'm like, what? He's like, the song. Francine, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Francine the bat in your window. Like, oh, well, that
was
song.
Early Beatles song.
Oh, well, you must have thought of that when you did that. Nope, don't know what song you're talking about. It's some fucking vaudeville hit. Well, people must make fun of you a lot because your name's a lot like that old song. Like, no, nobody knows what the fuck that is anymore, Dad. He's been on my ass lately about like, Sean, Google. Because he has a Google Home.
He talks to Google.
Oh, fucking Google's his best friend.
Yeah.
If he had to choose between me and Google Home,
he'd rather talk to Google.
Absolutely. Yeah, if it was like I die or his Google Home gets unplugged, he'd slit my throat.
Yes,
absolutely. Because he talks to Google Home quite a bit. And so Google Home told him something. It's like, Google Home said that I have to get a new account. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. Okay. And then I think my sister had said to him, like, it's probably a scam. But obviously it can't be. It's Google. That'd be fucking cool if hackers got into
your... I bet you they can.
And they're all of a sudden Google Home starts telling you... And
old people what to do.
Google, what's the weather like outside? And then Google Home's like, I need your credit card information for a transaction. Like... What?
I bet you people put their credit cards in it because like they have like I have Amazon Alexa and you can set it up so you can just say, hey, order me toilet paper and salt and pepper from Amazon.
But if you could hack that voice,
I don't know why I thought of toilet paper and salt and pepper.
If you could hack that, if you could find a way to hack that voice, and every senior would give you that information.
Absolutely.
Like if somehow you could crack that code where all of a sudden you were the Google Home voice. every senior would be like, "Can you play me some old timey tunes?
Not until you give
play me my lunchtime mix, Google." Hey Google, play me my lunchtime mix.
Oh, sorry. Hey Google. Yeah.
and then Google.
I always forget to say hey first.
Play my lunchtime mix. Hey Google. It's not playing my lunchtime mix. Oh, for God's sakes. Hey Google, play my lunchtime mix. And then Hey Google says, "Francine, before I do, please give me your credit card information for an upcoming transaction."
Hey Google.
Oh,
but why?
Goodness me. 4582372. You know, and then she just fucking.
Oh, yeah.
And then that voice just fucking unloads the account. Why aren't people doing that? You could.
Well, now they are going to.
Because seniors are very scared of things like if their phone rings, a senior whose phone is ringing, that's like my phone, unknown number.
I better answer it.
And they're so lonely they want to answer it.
Yes,
they want to speak to anybody,
Yeah.
right? So their hand is shaking like, "I want to say hello to a human," because they miss human contact because their families have left them behind because they're worthless now.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So they want to talk to this person, but they know that it's probably a scam. But if you made that Google Home voice, like you could fucking empty all of their accounts within 3 days.
Yeah.
Because Google Home would be like, "Don't tell anyone about this."
Yeah, don't tell your son.
Okay, I won't.
Especially your son. I mean, hey Google. Okay, I won't.
And then you're in a sound booth in the Bahamas. So what's the weather like outside, Google? And you're like, I don't fucking 14 and sunny.
Okay, but wouldn't it be funny if it had like a foreign accent? Because like that's where all the scamming come from for like a Nigeria. So would it be if Google all of a sudden had a Nigerian accent and they're like, "Oh, I guess
did I switch your voice?" Yes.
But it's like 90 Day Fiance, like when one of them meets this guy and he says he's from Britain, but then she talks to him on the phone, he's got a thick Nigerian accent.
Hey Google, switch your voice back to a girl's one, please. Can't. Okay.
You'd have to give me another. I can't do a Nigerian accent. You'd have to give me another credit card for me to do that.
Racist. That was racist.
That wasn't racist.
My take on it was nice. Yours was a bit racist.
How was it racist?
You're the least racist person on this podcast.
I am. Even after Jim.
Really?
Yeah, Jim's way more. Look at him. He's a Proud Boy looking kind of guy. He looks real proud.
Proud Boys, man.
Did you see that the gay community was taking the hashtag Proud Boy back?
Yeah, but I think the Proud Boys, like, that's their initial intent was like as a joke against gay people or something. That's why they call themselves Proud Boys.
Yes, but now they're taking it back.
Oh, they're taking it back.
Oh, have you not seen these tweets?
No.
It's
I'm not really loaded up on gay Twitter.
Well, it's not even gay Twitter. It's everywhere.
It's all Twitter?
It's flooding everything.
Like, to be honest with you, I'm just...
But it wasn't even
not
in the news.
Really on... I don't know.
Basically, it was like gay men like sending out tweets of men kissing each other and all this other stuff saying these are the real Proud Boys. And so they did flood that hashtag.
Flood the zone.
And Proud Boys aren't on Twitter anymore. They got banned. So they can't come back and be like anything with it. But this is what gay people have done forever. I read an article about this. Isn't my idea, but it's just like they have taken slurs that people have used against them and reclaimed them for their own, and just been like, okay, you want to call me a bag?
Yeah, just like black people did it. Yeah, black people do it. Gay people do it. We don't have a word
because we don't have to do it.
Right, but it'd be nice if there was a word that hurt our feelings
that you could reclaim.
Like we could run around calling each other fat bitches. Hey, you fat fucking bitch.
When I was like in my early 20s, we would call each other hoe, hooker, slut, whore, bitch. Like we would call each other that. Yeah. And it would be a term of endearment. So I think it's just white straight males that don't have to worry about any of that shit.
Yeah.
You guys should try to take white straight male back.
We're going to have to.
How's my white straight male?
Well, that's kind of what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean? How do you do it?
Well, basically, like anytime somebody, like today I was on the golf course and some
that's why you were late today.
No, I was on the golf course this morning.
Okay.
And then so I was like, and this guy, there was like a big house.
Yeah.
And one of the guys I was playing with was like, wow, look at the guy who owns that has like a gym. And I'm like, oh, sure, you just fucking assume it's a guy's house. You white straight male piece of fucking shit. And then he's like, oh, because I didn't know him.
Yeah.
So I just thought it'd be funny to. And then I was like, oh, I
never met this guy before.
Yeah, I didn't know him at all. And it was like the fifth hole. Like we talked a little bit or whatever. But then, on the fifth hole,
Were you
he's
just
like,
paired together?
look at that. Yeah, he's like, look, it happens on the golf course all the time where you're like, you go with two people and then they pair you up with two strangers. You don't know who the fuck they are.
So it was just you and someone you knew and two strangers?
Yeah.
That's
and it happens quite a bit. Yeah. So you just and you play together to an extent.
Are friendship connections ever made? Do you ever want to call and hang out with a guy after?
No, men don't do that. I bet girls do. Like, I bet girls have like played with other twosomes, been like, that was the ball.
Let's do that next week.
Oh, when are you guys playing again? When are you guys getting out again? I don't know. Maybe Thursday. Like, oh, we should do it again. Yeah. And then they don't because they're girls. But like, guys don't even get to that point of the conversation where they even pretend we'll ever meet each other again.
Yeah.
It's like you basically you shake hands by the flagstick on the 18th hole, and then you say goodbye. You look in their eyes and say goodbye forever.
So when does your friend group cut off? When do you stop making friends again? After, like, what age do you stop making men?
For me, it was 12.
You just have your friends from when you were 12?
Yeah, and then everybody else is a fucking new acquaintance. You know, like, but if I text people, like, they'll get back to me like in 2 days or something.
That's not true.
For sure. Like, yeah, my texts are usually treated by people that I perceive as my friends as a business email. They get back to me with the same fucking speed as they would an email from their child's school. I'll get right on. Early dismissal tomorrow. Fuck you.
I accidentally fucked with you over text message this weekend. You? No, because somebody posted, like, a bot posted a comment about herpes on our thing, and I said, look at this comment, and then I forgot to send the picture, and I fell asleep.
If you want me to check something immediately, that's exactly how you'd want it.
Look at this comment.
Yeah, like, check out this comment we just got. Like, what the fuck? Wait a minute. What did you did say something like, is it bad? And they woke up in the morning. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even send it. Were you up all night stressing about it? Oh my God, what was the comment? And it was herpes related.
It was just like a fake herpes, like, weird bot. I left it up there. It's probably still there. Oh, yeah. I said, look at this herpes comment treatment we just got. And I put laughter face. And then Sean, I sent that at 11:53 p.m. At 12:14 p.m. Sean said, I can't see it. Is it bad?
Hey, Google, show me the image on my computer.
And then on Monday at 6:32 a.m., I forgot to send it. It's a bot, but it's hilarious. It was just about.
And it was.
You never did send it.
I did send it.
Eventually.
It says I have been suffering. This is from Carolyn Melisha.
Hey, Caroline.
Shout out to Caroline. I have been
friend of the pod.
I have been suffering.
Bot of the pod.
I have been suffering from herpes for over 3 years of our marriage, and it was really difficult and heartbreaking for me because the symptoms were very terrible and difficult for me. I searched for cure, went to different hospitals, but
hydroxychloroquine.
Still no hope until I saw testimonies of someone who cure of herpes by Dr. Osaba. I took the chance, contact the Dr. Osaba. Oh shit.
Yeah, talk to Dr. Osaba about your herpes. That sounds like something I'd fall for.
Who have the natural cure to herpes. He assured me of his herbal medication, which I listened to his advice and I bought his herbal medication and I used it as instructed by the Dr. Osaba. In a month time, I went to the hospital for a herpes scan.
Yeah, a herpes MRI.
And they confirmed that there is no trace or sign of herpes in me. And now I'm happy and gladly with my family. Well, was she not around her family before? Contact Dr. Osaba on WhatsApp. Oh, there's a phone number. We should contact Dr. Osaba.
Get rolled in to take a look at their herpes in an MRI machine, and then somebody tells them, like, okay, don't move your pussy. They're like, we have to put a pussy brace on you.
Well, that's easy. There's like It's not easy. It's not hard to make your pussy sit still.
But if they had to put a pussy brace on you just in case, they're like, we have to isolate your pussy so it can't move. So, ma'am, your pussy's moving. Stop moving your pussy.
I can't stop doing Kegels.
I really feel like I'm not.
I'm not moving it.
Ma'am, we're going to need you to keep your pussy really still. I really feel like it's stationary. Well, on the screen here, it's flapping around.
Pretend your husband has asked to fuck you. and just keep it still. Keep your pussy still.
Keep your pussy still.
I had about 8 Audible credits.
Okay.
You know, Audible, it's like for audiobooks.
Yeah. And what'd you do with it? What'd you buy with it?
I bought this one book. It's a new book by Stephen Fry about like all the Greek I love Greek mythology. It's called Mythos. And it's so good. I forgot how good Greek mythology is. Like they're talking about the story of Zeus right now. And like how like Zeus's dad cut off his dad's genitals and threw them away. And then his dad was so mad that he cut his dick off that he put a curse on Zeus's dad and said, all of your children, one of them will overthrow you. So then he fucks his sister and they get married, because that's what they did back then. And she starts having babies, and every single baby, every time she has a baby, he comes in and he eats the baby. He just swallows it. He doesn't, it doesn't chew. There's no mastication, just swallowing.
Wow.
So he swallows all of them until finally she's pregnant for like the 6th time, and she's like, I am not giving. So she figures out a way to fake that she had the baby, and then she goes away and has the baby, and the baby is Zeus, and he comes in and eats the fake baby. So he doesn't think that Zeus is around.
Doesn't notice the taste difference.
Doesn't notice the taste difference because he doesn't chew, and that's his own fault.
You should chew.
You always chew your food. You never know what you're swallowing.
You never know when somebody's going to try to have a baby that's shaped like a pig.
But I think it was magnets that she did. I don't know. Anyway, it was this morning. I don't remember.
And so this is all real. This all happened.
This is the Greek mythology. And
back then, when it was happening, did they call it Greek mythology?
No, they called it what's happening. They called it the news.
They called it just Greek news.
Like
that's what's so funny is we're gonna look back on Christianity as American mythology, and people will be like at 10,000 years from now, they're gonna look back as
this is crazy.
Because there's only so long you can say somebody's coming back before you move on to another fairy tale. Right?
And I find that Greek mythology is way more soothing and like explains more
other than like the baby eating and the dick cutting.
Hey, that seems a lot more realistic than like some virgin having a baby.
Yeah, and somebody like raising up, he was over there and he's gone. Oh, he must be in the sky. Like, it's dumb.
It's a great book. I'm only even like in the first like hour of it, but so I mean, most people read, but I listen.
I had a fucking long ass drive this weekend.
You should have listened to a book.
I drove from Smithers to Fort Saskatchewan, which is that's quite a while.
Oh my God. Smithers from like Prince George is like 6 hours.
Yeah, it's like 5. So I drove 5 hours to get to Prince George, dropped off the other guy, and then drove another 8 to get back.
In one shot? Did you stop at all to sleep?
No, just went for it.
Oh my God.
In a rental van.
Were you exhausted?
We had a show cancellation.
I know that was on Friday. Your show but only
on
one.
Saturday, I think. Yeah, the Saturday one got canceled.
Oh, okay.
There was some kind of the comedy's weird that way. Like you're doing bar gigs, and sometimes there's weird shit happening at the bar. So he's like, "Sorry, the Saturday's canceled because the cook is tired."
He doesn't want to hear comedy.
And I'm like, "Oh, the cook is tired. Like, is there another cook who isn't tired?" No. Hey, could the cook who is tired sleep and then come back tonight? No. Okay. Well, looks like you got all your bases covered then. There's a tired cook, and the show can't go on.
George, the show, or where was the show?
Yeah. So they're like, it was like a food primary establishment. So they're like, well, we have to have a cook. So, and I'm like, well, does he have to cook? Like, could he just stand there? Could he just like have his apron on and? Because the guy who organized the show volunteered. He's like, I'll fucking cook.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, no, you couldn't cook. Gary's menu.
He knows how to fry.
Oh,
you do not know how to put the deep fryer stuff.
You'd fuck up his onion rings.
You don't even know how long matzo sticks go in for.
Yeah. I could tell you, but
you could read the side of the box, but we don't think that's a good idea. I just feel like
you wouldn't be up to the deep frying routine.
You don't even have your deep fryer license.
Yeah. Have you ever changed the oil? Well, how could we have you in there if you'd never changed deep fryer oil? So they wouldn't let him take over.
And was the Smithers show good?
Yeah, it was in like a microbrewery kind of thing. So it was weird. It's always weird when you're like, it's a very small venue and there's only like 12. There's only like maybe 15 people there.
Yeah.
So and then you're hanging out with them before, right? Like you're in this small space, so you're all together, and you're kind of like, and then you get up and now you're, hey, I'm a different human being than the one who you just talked to.
Yeah.
It's hard. It was weird. But they were a fun
Smithers
crowd.
is a nice
I actually
little
was able
town.
to do my Holocaust joke. Like I just thought I remembered my Holocaust joke in the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I have like 10 of them.
I'm like, which one?
But I have like 10 of them, but only one of them that like I could even like do.
Yeah.
You know, like the other ones are like
Too much,
right? But I was able to do it. So like I'm just at this place in Smithers, and then I said something about Hitler, and they laughed, and I'm like, I actually have like a really horrible Holocaust joke if you guys want to hear it. And they're like, yeah,
yeah, give it
sure. And then you're like, okay. And then you can act like they wrote it. Or you can be like, well, you guys asked for it. Like, I didn't think you were gonna fucking like. Well, it was about the Holocaust. Like, I thought you were gonna do one of the fun stories.
I might have to do that this weekend. It'll be like, hey guys,
joke?
I have not a Holocaust joke, but just like I do have a Hitler joke that I want to tell, but it's supposed to be corporate clean. But I'm like, I don't know if that's not. I mean, it's okay, but I'm just like, I want to pull a. Well, I have a really good joke, but you guys, I can't tell it.
No, do it.
I've been told by management to keep it clean. We don't want clean. No, management.
No.
Management. I'm like, okay, you say so, but that was on you.
Okay, I'd like to invite the manager back onto the stage. Here he is, Brandon, everybody. And then, Brandon, do you want me to keep it clean? Mm-hmm. And then make him on.
Yeah, and make him look like
no, I guess you could go dirty. Thank you.
Thank you. For the next 20 minutes, I'll be filthy as fuck.
I'm going to fucking go nuts. And even when I think about the Holocaust joke, and then I told it, and then but I kind of forgot
which one?
How dark, because it's.
What's the basic premise? I don't want to hear the joke.
The idea, yeah, it's
Jim does.
It's quick.
Okay, tell the joke.
It's like I like watching. I like getting really high and then watching like World War II documentaries. It's always like really sad when they go to the concentration camps and then you see those people being liberated. Like. It's awful. It's even worse when you factor in that the camera adds 10 pounds.
Terrible.
Yeah, so
it's a terrible dark joke.
It is pretty terrible, but it's kind of fun, right? It's fun.
It's a fun Holocaust
joke. So I
joke.
told that in Smithers, and they were like, oh, okay.
Don't they have a huge German population there?
They were very racist. Yeah, because the guy who ran the place showed me a picture of Smithers like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And there was like flags of like Denmark and Germany and fucking Netherlands and you know, and then down at the end of the street somebody had put up like a Confederate flag.
Oh God.
And they had a rainbow thing, like
crosswalk?
A rainbow crosswalk, and they had to get rid of it. Because there were so many people that were outraged. And I when I was on stage, I'm like, I don't blame them because I don't think it's about gay people. I think it's like Mario Kart fans that hate Rainbow Road. Because there's no bumpers on the side of it, and you just fall in space for like 30 fucking seconds before you get put back on the track, and you just it's a time suck. It's a time suck to be playing fucking Rainbow Road, you know. So it's just people that are like Mario Kart aficionados.
It's not about homophobia. It's all about Mario Kart.
Yeah, it's all about Mario Kart heads that are like fucking dropping green turtle shells and banana peels on it.
When they see those friggin'.
When I see one of those rainbow thing, I want to get like some banana peels and some green turtle shells and put them on there.
You should do that and take a photo of it.
Rainbow Road, bitch.
That'd be funny. Oh my God.
I would look like a weird homophobe who was crazy.
Yeah, well, you are. No, I'm kidding. You're not.
I'm kind of crazy.
You are kind of crazy.
So yeah, PG was okay. Smithers was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just it was in a diner.
That's fine.
First show was in a diner. It was like a hotel diner or whatever.
You know what, though?
I really had to try to not make fun of them.
Step up from like the Fairview Hotel. The Fairview. Oh, Adam is calling me because he I posted something about answering someone back right away on Instagram,
so
and
now you have to.
If I don't answer him back right away,
you're a liar.
I'm like not
Social
a liar,
liar,
but he's like he thought I was dead last night. I was in the bathtub. Like he's like, are you alive? I'm like, well, I answered the phone. I'm alive.
Jesus.
I just gonna text him and say I'm doing the podcast.
Why is there an X-Acto knife in the tub? Oh, whoopsie daisy.
No, you caught me.
I call him Rubber Cutty.
Rubber Cutty.
Rubber Cutty, you're the one.
You make bath time.
You make lifetime and so fun.
Fast. Okay. Do it. Oh my God.
So you're getting back to Adam Lamp Man?
Yeah. Just keep talking while I.
Okay.
Because this is terrible podcasting.
What does he want?
Money.
Typical white straight male.
Typical white straight male.
So yeah, anyways, we do say that to each other like, oh, what's up, white straight male? Or like, if you're out with other white guys and then somebody says something that's like problematic or toxic,
Yes.
you point it out, and then you point out, then they're like, I didn't think it's a big deal. Like, of course you wouldn't think it's a fucking big deal. You white, like we always do that to each other.
You make your self out to be a
we
social
become
justice
woke.
warrior.
Yeah, like we pretend to be woke in conversation.
Yeah. That's a good. That's you guys taking.
That's us taking it back.
Yeah.
Taking our power back.
Taking
our white straight male power directly back. It was gone for a week and we want it back.
We lost it for 48 hours and we wanted it back, so we started making fun of women by making them all sound like social justice warriors that are trying to ruin a good time.
Yeah, we just make jokes about how marginalized people should never have had a voice to begin with.
When did they get a voice?
Yeah, fucking, we earned our way to the top. There was a dance contest. And we fucking won.
Oh my God, the other day.
Actually, we would so lose if it was a dance contest.
You would.
If it was like, let's
a bunch of white guys dancing. Yeah, that'd be your kryptonite. If you wanted to defeat white straight males, have a dance off. All you'd have to do
is like, all right, whoever wins this dance contest runs the world. And white guys would be like,
no, we're going to lose.
Can you make it skeet shooting?
Can you make it skeet shooting?
We're the best at that.
Oh my God.
We're quite good at it.
I thought something horrible, but I think it's funny. So I was like working and with people when they have masks on, I cannot hear anything. Then at one of my jobs, there's a plexiglass in between it. So I always just end up putting my head around it. I can't hear anything because you don't really realize how much you rely on reading lips, because you really actually do. But then, this one guy was so quiet. I had to ask him like 8 times what he wanted. And he kept on repeating it. And then I felt stupid, but he was like talking like this through his mask. And I couldn't hear anything. And I literally in my head, I was like, I fucking hate the meek. No, it's awful. It's awful.
Take your mask. You're not man enough to wear a mask, Frankie.
I was just
Take your mask off, little baby.
I was so mad.
I would just like a tea.
I was so mad.
Take your fucking
I was so
mask
mad
off.
at the meek, and I feel bad about it. But I was so furious with the meek.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Wear
stay home
mask.
or write it on your phone and let me read it. I don't know what else to do.
I really feel like what could top, like he did the Bible thing and then he did like the mask removal. I think the next one, I think the topper is going to be like him rolling over in a bed and then removing his ventilator mask.
Yeah.
And being like, and then just good evening, America. I no longer require that ventilator mask. Under the Trump regime.
But I would really like for him to have a laryngitis voice and still be trying to pretend everything's like, I'm really okay. Everything has been going
Everything's fine. Transition of power, my ass. Everything's fine here at the fucking... Yeah, everything's fine here at the hospice.
Aren't they worried that he is
Don't worry about me. I'm just in a hospice.
It's just a hospice.
Things are getting...
The white hospice,
Things are going good.
The white hospice.
Here at the hospice, there's an entrance door, and then there's an exit made for gurneys.
Aren't they worried he's going to collapse at some point and it's going to be caught on film? Aren't they worried about that? Like, because he keeps on coming and doing these public things, and he can't be in good health right now. Like, he is an old man with a weight issue that has COVID. Those are all edited. The people.
That's what I think liberals have really enjoyed through this, is being able to openly call him fat.
Yeah, I know, because you're not supposed to, because it's mean. Right. But fuck him. Yeah. He deserves the pain of being called fat.
The only way that you can make fun of a fat person is if they have a disease, and then you can refer to it as a comorbidity.
As a what?
Comorbidity. So it's like this other thing that makes you at risk.
Okay.
So he's like, and he's fat. You're like, I hope he survives, but I mean, he's 74 and he's fat as fuck. So I worry about him. I worry about any man that fucking fat.
I think, because calling somebody fat, because a lot of people have been called fat and they know how bad it hurts and they want to hurt him. They want him to cry himself to sleep.
Well, the funny thing is, like,
I'm not obese.
It made me feel really bad about my body, because they were like, I mean, the guy's fat as fuck, isn't he? I mean, he's 6'3", 240. And I'm like,
he's not 240.
That's what they said.
Lie.
They said
that's
he's 6'3", 240. And then I'm like, I'm 6'3", 240. They're like, he might die. He's such a fat fuck.
There's no way.
And I'm like, I'm that fat of a fuck. Those are my exact dimensions.
He's definitely not 240. He's getting close to 3. He's very close to 3 bills. Or he's not. How tall is he? He
6'3",
is
I guess
6'3".
So, yeah. I guess so.
Well, I guess he is tall. I have seen.
And then rip that motherfucking mask off to reveal my disgusting mouth as usual. Like if you're gonna rip a mask off for a reveal, you should have like tiger teeth. You know what I mean? It shouldn't just be you again. Like ta-da! It's the old me. Except I can't breathe and my face is quite white.
I really wish that you were one of Trump's advisors because we would have the best.
Wow.
You would have the best time. Be like, listen, Donald, I really think you should have some tiger teeth
Sit
when
down,
you pull
D.
that off.
Yeah, I think he's right.
I think that would make you look powerful.
Sean has a good idea, and everybody else would be like, Dad, you can't go out there with the fucking grill like a rapper.
Sean's never done me wrong.
I think the gold teeth thing is good.
Sean told me to hold that Bible up, and look what it got
Donald
me.
fucking takes his mask off and he's got his sweet diamond grill. You know what I mean? That'd be kind of funny.
That would be amazing.
Check it out,
God.
rhinestones, rhinestone tooth. Don't be afraid of the common cold.
Do you
That's
think
my
he's
favorite
gonna
part.
win?
Is like, no, I think like he's down 14 points nationally. Like I think I mean, but then again, I 4 years ago said he had no chance of winning.
That's
right?
what everybody said. But also, everybody was so confident in the Hillary polls. And now everyone on Trump's side is very confident in his polls. They're all saying, oh, he's winning. Because, of course, if you tell people, then they're going to be like, well, then what's the point of me voting? Because he's already going to win.
Even Fox News has him. Fox News has him down huge.
Okay, then yeah.
Yeah, like even.
But maybe they're trying to pull it so that this gets more Trumpers out to vote. That's probably why they're doing it. They're not doing it. Like, they don't care if he looks bad. They're like, no, you guys got to get out there and vote. We're losing.
I think 4 more years.
He cares.
Yeah,
but
I think 4 more years would look. 4 more years under Trump would start
horrifying.
to get really. It would start to get bad.
He would get assassinated.
Yeah.
Do you think?
It's sort of like when I was a manager at McDonald's. I did it for 6 months, and I didn't really just ruin the store in 6 months. But if they had kept me on for another 6 months, things would have been really bad. Because I could not manage a McDonald's.
Why? What's so hard about managing McDonald's?
Girls are way better at it.
Why?
I don't know. Male managers of McDonald's are always either incompetent or creepy as fuck.
That's really sexist, Sean.
I was incompetent. I was one of the incompetent ones, but there was a lot of creepy guys that were good at it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just something. I only ever worked in the back.
Oh, you never.
I was
came
a
out
back
front?
guy.
You were a back manager.
I was a back. So like I worked the back. I was on the grill. I was running the fucking. I was the guy who was like, all right, we need to have 6. I was running a fucking orchestra back there.
You
Kathleen.
were also 17.
I was running the orchestra back there.
You were also.
I would wave my fucking wand, and somebody would put 6 patties down, and then I would tap it on the thing, and then I would go, and then I would wave it over the kid on the bun's face, and he would lay down a tray of Big Mac.
And then when they were putting on mayonnaise, you'd be like this, and he'd be like that.
Yeah. Da, 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 da. I was fucking playing quite a tune back there.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And
how old were you?
I think I was like 7. Yeah, 17.
I love that like fast food restaurants are the one place where it's like, no, let a 15-year-old manage this place.
Let him go. Yeah, because and then so when you become a manager, all of a sudden your life is out front. Like you've got to go up. And I'd never even fucking run the till. Oh. I'd never run the till. I'd never been in drive-through.
So you were the Donald Trump of that McDonald's.
I wasn't.
I was like,
I don't know what it's like up there. I'm not one of these chicks that's been running drive-through for 9 years, and I'm new to this, I'm here to drain the swamp because there's a lot of chicks up front that don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Did you?
And then I get up there and I'm like, which button is for Coke?
The one that says Coke.
So that's what
Did you beat a female? Like,
yeah, I did.
Not physically.
No, but there was a woman in the running. Yeah, there was a
And
woman
you
in the running, and I
got it.
got it. Yeah.
Was she older than you or younger than you?
Same age.
And was she mad?
She was mad.
Yeah.
But she knew the front and didn't know the back.
So
they
what's
were
more
just
important than knowing the back?
The front, probably.
So then why did they hire you?
Well, they hired me just because they liked me a bit more.
I love that it's like had nothing to do with performance and skill. They just liked me. I made them laugh.
Well, they just liked me. I'd been there longer probably, but they knew they'd made a mistake right away, like within a week.
So they couldn't can't you like de-promote someone?
You can rip their tie off in front of everybody.
Their clip on.
Yeah, you could fucking. Like, and then put your old uniform back
You're
on.
back to the fry station.
Well, like I used to have a joke about that. The lady that got kicked in the face by a horse, and then like she worked at McDonald's with us, and she was a manager.
What? Is this a famous person?
This is a real person that I worked with.
Actually
she got kicked in the face by a horse at like some kind of fucking horse show that went wrong or whatever. She bent to pick up her ring behind a horse, and he reared up and bow, knocked her fucking right into the hay bale.
Oh my god. Did she have like a caved in face?
No, she still looked. I mean, no. I mean, her face was caved in pre-kick. She didn't look real good either way.
Oh, well, that's a blessing then.
Yeah.
You just don't want someone that was like hot to get kicked in the face.
It was barnyard rhinoplasty.
Wouldn't you feel bad if you got kicked in the face by a horse and looked better after?
Yeah.
What did you have done?
Pow! Like, oh, your nose is straight.
I got hoofed.
My nose is halfway into my brain, they said, but it looks pretty good.
What a blessing that she wasn't hot.
Oh, they said if I drove my nose an inch deeper, I would have been brain dead. But luckily, I just look hotter with a fucking smashed in nose. So, anyways, yeah,
I look like one of those Persian cats.
So she gets fucking, she gets kicked hard.
Yeah.
And then I would normally not tell the story, but it's just reminded me of that McDonald's thing. She comes back to McDonald's like 3 months later.
Yeah. After she got kicked in the face?
Post kick.
Post kick.
Yeah.
So she worked there pre-kick. I'm just
pre-kick. She was a manager.
Cool.
So she had her manager thing on. She was a manager.
Yeah. Okay.
And she came back, and the first shift, like it was a like lunch rush, and she was like, and then I was like, okay, just put her on fries or whatever, let her ease her way in. And then like 5 minutes later, she's standing there with and she's putting like way too much salt on the fries. And she's just standing there with fry boxes in her hands, pouring salt on it because like this horse kick really did a number on her. And then she looks at me and she goes, I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing?
Oh,
and then she goes, and then she looks at me and she goes, what should we do? And then I put my arm on her and I was like, first thing we need to do is get you out of that manager uniform.
You did not.
Yeah, I did.
Oh
I was kind of first things first.
Did she just go, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So we put her back in her old uniform.
Oh my God.
Finish your shift in your skivvies, bitch. You know what I mean? Get back in the red and golds.
How long did she last there?
She's still there. Oh yeah, I still see her.
Still works there?
Yeah, I still see her there.
Can we go there one day? You can point her out to me.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, she's worked there. She's one of the a lifer. I still go to that McDonald's.
Does she have her manager uniform back?
Oh yeah,
she got that job back.
She got her. Yeah, she was just like, and I was just joking around. Like we knew each other well enough that I was just like always joking with everybody. Funny. Like I fired everybody every shift. Like everybody, somebody'd be like, Sean, what do we do? And I'd be like, you're fired. I'd be like, you're fired. And they'd be like, what the fuck? And then they would leave. They would like walk away, and then somebody who'd been there longer would be like, "He's just joking." Like,
would you like bring people back into your office? Like, I need to speak with you, and fire them privately.
No, I would just do like as soon as they drop something, like somebody would drop a fajita and be like, "Fuck," and I'd be like, "You're fired." You
gave so many teenagers PTSD. They now at their current jobs will not fuck up because they think that their boss will be like, "You're fired."
Yeah, and then the head manager had to have a meeting where he explained that I didn't have the ability to fire people. So that was my first demotion. Was he had to let everybody in the restaurant know Sean Lacombe does not have the authority to end your employment here. And I was like, oh, I guess I was just joking around.
Oh
like,
well,
God. You're a manager. You're not supposed to be joking around. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, see ya. That's kind of how that's my management style.
Listen, my management style is fun. I'm the fun manager.
Look, I'm the guy who
like Ricky Gervais.
I'm the guy who everybody laughs at because of how far out his floats are.
He's $29.72
That's
off.
Funny. That's a funny amount to be off.
Why is he always 69 cents off?
That is funny.
He's such a joker.
Yeah, it'd be funny if the dollars before the 69 weren't 316. Like my numbers would be way out. Like I would do the count at night and then take the money to the bank.
Yeah.
And the next morning somebody'd like call me and be like, "Can you come back in and help me with this count again?" And I'd be like, "Oh, whoops, I guess we were out by 38.16. Huh." And to them, that's like $1 million. Like, if
$30.
Yeah.
Oh, I worked at a grocery store owned
idiot.
by a very stingy man.
They knew
we
I was
got
an
pulled in
idiot.
the office and we were 22 cents short. You are like David Brent, but without the false sense of bravado. Like you are a crazy fun boss, but you're not like, hey, I'm amazing. You're like, I kind of suck, but I'm fun.
Yeah.
Because that's how you think. You're very Ricky Gervais, David Brent.
People would have sex in the trash compactor room too. Like we would have employees that would go
Staff?
back there and fuck. Yeah, it was weird.
In the trash
Yeah.
That's the smelliest room, I think, probably.
I mean, if you can lean on all that old fucking lettuce and get pounded.
I can't imagine fucking somewhere that stank. Like when I worked at Fort Edmonton Park.
You got your head on a pillow of old lettuce.
Well, try going to Fort Edmonton Park and walking in on people fucking because they would always be like.
That's
functions.
a fun place to fuck though, like an old place. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
but
a blacksmith's
in married
den.
men's quarters. Like every time I worked that wedding functions, I caught people there all the time, and like one time I caught them fucking on these furs, and this girl's like, oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. I'm like, well, I wouldn't be embarrassed, but you probably have mites in your pussy. I didn't say pussy, but like you probably
and
have
it was
mites.
all wood, right? It would have been a straight wood fuck. Right?
Well, no,
It's
it was
like
on an old
bamboo.
fur on a bed of straw. Like
But
it was
that's
terrible.
An awful bed.
It was, people would do the dumbest stuff there. Like this one time,
It's
the
crazy to think
fire
that old people
alarms.
used to have to fuck on that all the time.
They had
That's
to.
all they could fuck on.
But they didn't know any different. They didn't have like an ND
guess
mattress
so.
to
No,
be like,
they
well,
didn't.
I wish we were fucking on the ND back in 1910.
I'm surprised they didn't have like water beds made out of elephant bladders.
They probably did, but they just did not like record it.
They just fill up a fucking large animal's organ and sleep on it.
Those stomachs, I remember when they would butcher cows and pigs at my uncle's farm and they would like cut them open. It's disgusting if you're vegan, sorry, but like they'd cut them open, the stomachs would fall out.
I like how we pay lip service to vegans. If you're vegan, sorry, but anyway.
We
cut this fucking thing open.
And then the stomach would fall out and then like everyone would like, all the kids would be like, boom, boom.
Oh,
It was so weird. Oh, God.
That's how they play soccer
Farm
in
days.
Russia.
That's how they played, with the stomachs of cows. But
How long have you been fucking talking?
I don't know. 105.
Oh, it's way too long. All right.
Okay, let's scratch this.
Money tree.
This one's a call. Yeah, I don't think we've done a money tree before. Nobody tweeted
We
in.
haven't fucking won anything in a while, have we?
Nobody tweeted in requesting the unwon ticket. So
Yeah, that was a
I
one.
guess
That was
no
a
one
one.
else wants to be like Nick.
No, that was a one and done. That was definitely a one and done.
If we lose on this one, we'll mail this one
Why don't
out.
we send it to random people that we think might listen?
Well, just mail it off to, and they'll get this like signed
Send
ticket
it to
in the
fucking
mail.
Will Hannigan's dad's place.
If you could get Will Hannigan's father's address.
Somebody mailed his dad opens it.
And
Just
he
like,
thinks it's a winning
somebody
ticket.
mailed you a ticket.
It's probably.
It's gotta be
you
a
gotta
winner.
Send it like this, so that
Yeah.
All right, let's see if this is a winner or not.
Is it
Okay.
going to Hannigan's?
Non-winning ticket.
It's going to
Hannigan's.
Sorry, Bill Hannigan,
Bill
whatever your name is.
Hannigan. Or Gil Hannigan. Do you
Gilly.
think it's Gil Hannigan?
It could be Gil.
Gil Hannigan.
Who do you think? What do you think Will's dad's name is?
Do you know Will's dad's name? You're his business partner and you don't know his father's name.
Thinking about Will Hannigan's personality.
Yeah.
What do you think his dad's name would be? Because there's people that are, like, what is he like and what kind of dad name?
Like, yeah, my dad's name is Mike. I feel like that suits. He could be a Bill Hannigan.
He could be a Chris.
No, I don't know if he's a Chris
You don't
Hannigan.
think he's a Chris?
No. I think he could be a Derek Hannigan. No.
Derek? Okay, I think it could be either Chris or Derek.
What's the most popular dad name? We'll see what it says. 20 dad names.
Things you can name your dad. There's babies at parties reading these books. Like, I just don't know what to call my dad yet.
These names were most popular for the 50s to 70s. Now are mostly dads. Andrew, Bill, David, Douglas. He could be a Douglas Hannigan.
He could be a
Doug Hannigan for
Dougie
sure.
Hannigan. Frankie or Dougie Hannigan.
Gregory, Jeffrey, Jim. You have a dad name. Larry, Lewis, Martin, Michael, Nathaniel,
Raymond,
Raymond, Richard, Stephen, Thomas, Timothy, and Vernon.
Vernon, no.
No, I think he could definitely be a Doug.
I think it's a Dougie.
I'm gonna go. I would put my
Dougie or
money
Derek?
on Doug.
Doug, Derek, or you get three. I'm
Well,
gonna take
I think
Doug,
Frank.
Derek. I'm gonna take Doug, Derek, and Chris.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Doug, Frank, and
And if you want us to guess your dad's name, just
Michael.
send us a tweet.
Yeah, send us a tweet if you want us to
And if we guess your dad's name right, then we'll send
then
you
you have to
another-
send us money.
Yes.
That's how we get
Hey,
advertising.
everybody. Yeah, that's our only fan. Sean doesn't have tits or much of a dick, so... But if he guesses your dad's name right,
It's like
you have
we're
to
the
send
new-
him $10.
It's like we're the new carnival weight age guessers, but we guess people's dad's name
And we're wrong every time.
every time.
Yeah, we're going to be wrong about this.
Well, I'm going to say Douglas, Frank, or Michael. I'll go with my dad's name.
What does Jim think?
What does Jim think?
He's all in on
just
Doug.
100
All in on Doug.
All in on Doug.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Well, we'll find out for next week what
Okay.
Will Hannigan's father's name is.
Well, this will be fun. Next week we can talk about Trump's demise.
Yeah.
His I don't know if he's going to die. I don't know.
It would be.
Depends when he got it.
It would be quite interesting. I don't know what would happen. Who knows what's going to happen any day now? It's just fucking crazy.
It's fun.
It is. Like I said, it's the second hilarious wave.
It's the second wave.
Yeah.
The fall wave. Take your masks off and laugh.
Enjoy yourself.
All right. Thanks for being on your own podcast.
Thank you. We might be quarantined next
You
week.
fat
So
bitch.
I thank you, whore.
Okay. Good night, everybody.